If you loved old school film or paper and had a particular favourite, then I've got really something exciting to show you today. It's an online piece of software from a company called Dehancer. Now, I should say up front that I am a Dehancer affiliate, and that means if you use my promo code NIFTY50, you will get 10% off any products you buy from them, but I'll also get a small commission, which is great for me because it helps me to run channels like this because I can actually afford to do it. So please use that code if you feel so inclined. Right, let's get straight into it. So the place you need to go to is online.dehancer.com. So if you've never signed into Dehancer, you can get 3 downloads for free, so you can trial this software and see if it's for you. The first thing you need to do is upload your photo. Now, normally I actually process these first, so I get it something like I want, and it doesn't matter if it's color or black and white. I'll show you in a minute what the difference is. So let me drag and drop a photo into there. So I've got a still life here of a lily flower, and the first thing it's going to do is open up with a film preset, and you can see there's a row on the top that are featured ones, and then underneath there is a whole selection of color films. Now there's a good choice here. I think there's up to 48 presets at the moment, but that range is expanding all the time, and they're in alphabetical order. If you use your scroll wheel on your mouse, or you pinch in to zoom if you're doing this on a tablet, then you can zoom in and out to see the exact details of the paper and the film that the preset relates to. So once you've chosen the preset that you like, let's go for this one just for the sake of this demonstration, you can then play with that if you're not happy with the particular colors or the style it's got. So you see the presets is where we've just been. If I click on light, it brings up a selection of images where it's chosen for you how to adjust the exposure and contrast, and we can choose perhaps one that we like the look of better, and it will automatically apply those adjustments. Now if we click on color, we get the same thing, so you can get slightly different hues, saturations and tints to your photo just by clicking on an image that appeals to you. And then the final one in this set of menus is the effects. So the top one is grain, and this you can choose. These are simple sliders. You can choose how much grain you want to add to your photo. So let me just adjust that. It takes a second or two, but it'll adjust on screen and you can see exactly what has happened to your photo. The other two are bloom and halation. Now if you're not familiar with these terms, let me just grab my notes and I'll explain it to you. So bloom is a term that's used just in digital imagery and photography, and it refers to effect when there's a bright light in an image and it seems to spread or bloom around into the areas that are around it. A typical example of this is a street light, and when you look at a street light in the dark and see a glow or halo around it, that's called bloom. Now it can make your photos look a bit more mystical. On the other hand, if you take it too far, they'll start to look blurry and washed out. So that's the effect of bloom. The second one is a term called halation, and halation is usually when you've captured a very bright light source in your image, so maybe something like the sun, and what happens is all the light's bouncing around in your camera and it creates this kind of halo around that light source. So it's just like when you look at the sun on a bright day and you see a soft sort of blurry ring around it. That's called halation. Again, used in the right way, it can create a sort of dreamy and mystical effect to your photo. If you go too far, then it'll start to look fuzzy and hazy and not as attractive. So then you can apply with those effects. So for me with this particular image, I haven't really got any issues with bloom or halation, so I'm just going to leave the defaults. In fact, bloom is turned off, and I can turn it back on. So you can turn those off or on. Now let me just explain this other menu over here. So you've got you can revert back to your original, see what it looked like before you made any changes. Fit and fill is pretty much zooming in and out, so that's what fit and fill does. And then you've got an adjustment menu, so you can manually adjust both the exposure, the contrast, the color temperature, any tint you want to add, and whether you want to boost the colors. And they're simple sliders, adjust according to what you want. Once you've done that, you can then export your edited file and add it to your library. The thing I love about this most is you can do most of this from on-screen presets or visualizations of what your final image is going to look like. So it's very quick and easy to create that natural, authentic, retro look of print and paper. So go and have some fun with it. Don't forget to use the code NIFTY50 if you want to buy one of Dehancer's products, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.